Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to ClanGen, the Warrior Cats clan generator game. Today we're going to be starting a brand new playlist for Season 2 of Luminous Clan in Expanded Mode. Now, if you guys are interested in watching Season 1, then I will have a card on the top right corner of the video. I will also have it linked in the description below. As well as Season 2's playlist, which should also be at the very end of the video, like the outro, if you guys want to watch these videos in order. But okay, let us dive in. I was supposed to take a longer break, for sure, to focus on other things, but I've recently been watching another creator play ClanGen, and I just felt like I had to come back again, so I made time. But I've been watching Megan S Games play ClanGen, and she goes through things quite speedily, but it's really fun and entertaining, especially because she plays with a larger clan than I play with. But I had to come back. Because I was missing my cats, and I was like, I want to see what's going on. Without further ado, guys, let us continue with their stories and adventures. So, guys, last time, when we finished Season 1, it was dramatic. We had some things happen. So, namely, the mother of the 4 kittens we have down here, Chestnut Kid, Blotch Kid, Bumblekit, Perch Kit, their mother, Midnight Spot, she died. So, she was suffering from a head injury for a few moons from an accident that happened while she was out on patrol by herself. And then she got pregnant. Her pregnancy went smoothly. She gave birth to the kids fine. And then literally the moon after, she died from her head injury. So these kids are 1 moon old. They lost their mother. Their father is Slumberroach. But Slumberroach, is he tied to anyone else right now? I'm not entirely sure. Is he? Slumberroach. Yes, he is back together with Grayswipe, who, you know, he's had, they've broken up and come back together quite a few times. So, yeah, Slumberroach, you know, he has another mate. He was never in love with Midnight Spot. That was just the couple decided by the clan leader for breeding purposes. So, yeah, that kind of happened. And Midnight Spot, just a quick reminder for you guys, this over here, this beautiful cat, is a Midnight Spot. Now, that also means, oh geez, nope, this is not what I want to go. That also means that these kittens down here, they are the grandchildren of Dark Pounce. Dark Pounce, I think Dark Pounce is the only parent that is actually alive. Because Slumberroach, yeah, is one of the founders, and so is Dark Pounce, and Midnight Spot was born to Dark Pounce, and Nectarrock, another one of the founders. So, yeah, at least they have their father, they have a stepmother in Grayswipe, and they have their grandmother in Dark Pounce. So, we've got some family-ish going on here. We also had 2 new couples that came together, like, on their own. So, we had, Crocus Fade and Buttercup Dusk. Right, these 2 became mates, which is quite exciting. And then we had Fig Scratch and Night Ember become mates, which is super cute. So that's going on. That aside, the clan leader permitted a new litter to be born, which we were going to work towards in Season 2. And the cats he chose for this new litter, was Bubbling Gale and Plum Raven. So neither of them have any romantic connections with anyone else, and we have had instances in the past where the clan leader has broken up mates to pair what they deem to be a more fitting, match for kittens of the clan. In this case, though, like, Lystar has made many unpopular decisions throughout his term as leader regarding breeding, but Bubbling Gale and Plum Raven is one of his better choices because they're not, tied to anyone else. So that's kind of a quick recap of what happened when we left off and where we were at. But guys, I highly recommend, if you're just jumping into this video with no context, I highly recommend checking out Season 1, especially the first video of Season 1, because we set up quite a few lore things for the background story of these cats, and there's a bit of terminology you might not understand if I'm talking. Like, we have Luminous Clan, and then we have Lightless Clan, which is essentially, hold on a second, all the cats outside of our clan, because in our story, these cats have been living under the mountain in a forgotten corner of the world for generations and generations, until 3 cats were granted a prophecy by Star Clan for where the exit was, and they were shown or guided to the Crystal River. And these 3 prophets were, these 3 prophets were Mistar, our very first leader, Nectarok, our first deputy, and Slopefleck. So we had 3 prophets, and then we had 7 of their followers who started Luminous Clan. And the whole idea was, while the prophetic bloodlines stay alive, then the cats who live under the mountain, you know, such as the lightless cats over here, they can be shown or guided by the Luminous Clan to the outside, and they will always be compelled to return to the mountain, but, you know, they'll be able to be guided out of the mountain, right? They won't be stuck into the mountain, like, permanently. So that's kind of what's going on with Luminous Clan, and so we have, you know, interesting bloodlines going on. So within the cats over here, for example, Plumestripe, he has a prophetic bloodline from the very first prophet Mistar. Plumraven, Ratfur, they have a prophetic bloodline. They're sisters. They have a prophetic bloodline from the second prophet Nectarok. Crocus Fade, Fig Scratch, and Reed Daisy, they don't have any prophetic bloodline. They're actually the children of Liastar and Gracewipe. Buttercup Dusk, Falcon Rustle, and Night Ember, they are siblings. They have a double prophetic bloodline because their mother was Plumestripe's sister and their father was, or is, Slopefleck. So they have a double prophetic bloodline from the first and second prophet. And then Chestnutkit, Blotchkit, Bumblekit, and Perchkit have a single prophetic bloodline from the second prophet because their mother was Midnight Spot, who is a sister, or was a sister, to Plumraven and Ratfur. So again, if that's confusing, I apologize. But essentially, if we run out of, like, prophetic bloodline, then Luminous Clan ends, because the cats, you know, they won't have knowledge of the exit anymore. They'll be stuck under the mountain, like the way they had been before the 3 prophets kind of came to light. So yeah, it's quite a bit of stuff for us to get a hang of, and also just the way I play. If you go through Season 1, you'll very quickly get used to the way I play. Okay, so now that I have, like, the recap done, let us jump into events and continue with our cats and their stories. Okay, let's skip a moon, guys. Did I go ahead and do... okay, we haven't worked out how to handle, and I don't think we did anything when we left off. I'll just go and praise Chirp Clan. We'll go do that. Liastar is actually functional, which is a surprise, because for most of his leadership term, he hasn't been, to be honest. Let's skip a moon, guys. Okay, with the heightened focus of the clan, 26 additional pieces of prey were gathered. Terrible weather convinces Liastar to skip this gathering. Any praising of Chirp Clan can wait until the sky isn't caving in on Luminous Clan. Okay, we'll go ahead. Next time, we'll praise Shade Clan. Let's see, Plumestripe has gotten a running nose. Crocus Fade's wound is no longer infected. The rat bite Crocus Fade got has healed. Had gotten has healed. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, Crocus Fade has a very long history of getting into fights or getting injuries from rats because of the fights that she gets with rats, or, you know, she gets into incidents where she has to defend the prey pile from rats. Yeah, okay. Night Ember's headache is gone. Perchkit played for it a bit too hard and scraped herself. Okay, nothing too scary or drastic has happened with the cats, thank goodness. And now let us jump into relationships. Okay, Bubbling Gale can't believe how talented Buttercup Dusk is. Bubbling Gale is sharing a piece of fresh kill with Chestnutkit. Dark Pounce covered for Chestnutkit on something minor. Dark Pounds, Buttercup Dusk, and Night Ember took a sun bath and had a little small talk. Dark Pounds wishes that a clanmate liked her as much as they like Falcon Russell. Dark Pounds sees Bubbling Gale stumble while hunting and thinks it's cute. Okay. Well, I mean, what we want to be seeing is some romance, and I don't think Dark Pounds is tied to anyone right now, but we want to be seeing Bubbling Gale and Plum Raven interact because they were the two cats who were mated at the end of the last season deliberately by the clan leader and permitted to have a litter of kits. So I would like to see them have a nice flourishing love story with each other. And I mean, Plum Raven is relatively young, but Bubbling Gale has never had any luck with anyone. Everyone he's ever liked has ended up with someone else. So I'm hoping, since Plum Raven isn't attached to anyone, that this is going to be the one for him. Something good happens to Lyestar, and most clanmates congratulate him, but Perchkit doesn't say anything at all. Okay, Perchkit is our impulsive little she-kitten. Lyestar is having a wonderful time discussing recent clan news with Fig Scratch. The moon casts a shadow on Slopefleck's face in a way that makes Slumberroach uneasy. Okay, I wonder why that is the case. I mean, Slopefleck is the third prophet, so he does have some standing in the clan. Huh. When tucking in for the night, Slumberroach saw that Bumblekit fixed his nest. Bumblekit is the quiet she-cat, which is so adorable. She's the quiet one. Oh, that's cute. And I need to actually go ahead and check. I'm gonna check to see who Slumberroach's favorite child is, because I'm curious about that. I don't know who Midnight Spot's favorite child would have been, because she passed away, and I don't think we can check relationships for deceased cats. But for Slumberroach we can. Bumblekit brought Gracewipe some dry bedding, which is so cute because Gracewipe is Slumberroach's current mate and his longtime love. I think they have gotten together 3 times now. They got together the first time around naturally, after Gracewipe rejected many males, and then they were broken up because the clan leader Lyestar wanted to take Gracewipe on as a mate to have a litter, and they did have a litter, and then like pretty much straight after that, Gracewipe broke it off with the clan leader and she got back together with Slumberroach. And then Slumberroach kind of cheated on her, and he was having kind of second thoughts, or I don't know, he was wavering, going back and forth between Gracewipe and some other cats. And then the clan leader again broke up Slumberroach and Gracewipe to pair Slumberroach up with Midnight Spot so they could have a litter. And then they did have a litter. And then I think not long after, like probably as soon as Midnight Spot got pregnant or something, Slumberroach broke it off and got back together with Gracewipe. So yeah, they have some history. They have a long history. But Bumblekit, Gracewipe is essentially Bumblekit's stepmother, so this is cute. Bumblekit brought Gracewipe some dry bedding. Also, I just randomly checked allegiances because I was looking at descriptors for the kittens, and since Midnight Spot has passed on, but her kittens are still young, another cat has become the queen for her kittens, and that's Gracewipe. Gracewipe counts as a queen right now because she's caring for the newest litter, which is adorable. And I was wondering why Gracewipe was chosen, but now it makes sense because Gracewipe is like the stepmother, you know? Very nice. Okay, continuing here. Gracewipe is telling jokes about Bumblekit, and Bumblekit did not like that. Okay. Slopefleck apologizes to Bubbling Gale, but Bubbling Gale doesn't know why. Slopefleck claims to accidentally have given Ratfur the wrong herb, which is not good. Plumestripe's hackles raise when Blotchkit passes by. Okay. Both Plumraven and Gracewipe startle at a clap of thunder. Ratfur and Night Ember take turns in a small patch of sunlight. That's adorable, Ratfur and Night Ember, because Night Ember was Ratfur's apprentice, a first ever apprentice. Pretty much as soon as Ratfur turned into an adult, like a full warrior, the clan leader assigned Night Ember to Ratfur, and Ratfur was kind of the inexperienced one, even in her own batch, like apprentice batch, she was the lowest performing one, but she ended up being the best mentor because Night Ember, like in Night Ember's batch, Night Ember was the best student, like the best apprentice. So I kind of like that they've maintained their relationship into adulthood. Ratfa, Bubbling Gale, and Slowfleck took a sunbath and had a little small talk. Perch Kid says she hopes Crocus Fade has a nice day. Ratfa respects Fig Scratch's opinion despite disagreeing with it. Reed Daisy finds a bit of fluff that smells like Grace Wipe and adds it to her nest. Lyastar draws a pretty symbol in the sand that Buttercup Dusk makes sure not to mess up. Falcon Russell gets excellent advice from Buttercup Dusk about something she had been worrying about. Night Ember and Bumblekit are assigned the same task. Reed Daisy goes out of her way to help Chestnut Kit with something without being asked. Dark Pounds gives Blotch Kit a big piece of fresh kill. Bumblekit dreams about something that feels prophetic and starts to act strange around Plumraven. Okay. Perch Kit points out a nice rock for Fig Scratch to sharpen his claws on, which is very, very cute. Now let's quickly look at the Medicine Cat Den to see the log. Crocus Fade was given Burdock as treatment for infected wound. Yeah, less likely to die, and thankfully the wound was no longer infected, like it healed. Crocus Fade was given Cobwebs as treatment for rat bite, which ended up getting healed. Night Ember's headache is gone. Snowflake gathered Mallow, Daisy, and Thyme this moon. So we have a ton of resources. Yeah, Slowflake is currently our medicine cat in terms of the roles. So Slowflake is our medicine cat currently. And then, Dark Pounds is our deputy. Slumber Roach is a mediator. Now, in terms of clan size, I think it said 21 cat Slowflake can look after well. So, I mean, we don't have any, like, Plumraven's not expecting any kittens just yet. We're hoping for kittens between her and Bubbling Gale. Now, if we have 2 kittens, then Slowfleck will be able to manage. Like, 1 or 2 kittens, Slowfleck will be able to manage on his own. If we have 3 kittens or more in the next litter, then we're gonna have to appoint another medicine cat. So Slumber Roach will be getting a promotion in that case. And then Bubbling Gale will be entering politics, but I guess we'll see. I consider these roles, so leader, deputy, medicine cat, and mediator, I consider those like the political roles, and I leave it for the older cats, and I say that the mediator role is them entering politics, and then they get promoted to medicine cat, and then they get promoted to deputy, and then some deputies end up becoming leader. Or they retire and just become elders in the clan. Okay, so I managed to look through that. We went through the leader's den and the medicine cat den. Yes, okay, good. I'm gonna cut the recording here, guys, and then we are gonna continue with the cat list. Okay, it is time for us to take a look at the cat list. Thankfully, it looks as though all our cats are going to be able to go out on patrol. Nobody is overly injured or sick and stuck in the medicine cat den. Now, first up, let us take a look at loyalties. So guys, these are the cats who are loyal to Lyastar as leader, and it has grown recently. I think towards the end of Season 1, it started growing a bit. So Dark Pounds, the deputy, is loyal to our leader. Slowfleck, our medicine cat, is loyal to the leader. Bubbling Gale is also loyal to the leader, and I could see why Bubbling Gale especially feels kind of grateful. Not only because I'm pretty sure Lyastar, the last life, he has 6 lives, but I'm pretty sure the last life he lost, was because he was burnt alive saving Bubbling Gale, and ever since then, Bubbling Gale has been very grateful to Lyastar. But also, recently, Bubbling Gale, he was paired up with Plumraven and allowed to have a litter of kits, so obviously Bubbling Gale is going to be loyal. And then we have Ratfa, who was given a chance to become mentor even though she had 0 experience. I mean, Lyastar might not have done it out of the best intentions, but the result ended up being great. So Ratfa feels as though she's kind of found her place under Lyastar's leadership. Then we have Lystar's 3 children, Crocus Fade, Fig Scratch, and Reed Daisy, of which Reed Daisy is his favorite. So there is that. And if you're wondering how I work out, or my system for doing loyalties, essentially, I will check relations, and if I see the leader in like the first 4 panels up here, then I consider them to be like close to those cats, or liked by those cats, like really liked, and they become loyal. So for example, Dark Pounds, because Lystar is up here in the first 4, this would count as her being loyal to him. Same for Slowfleck, but for example over here with Slumber Roach, Lystar is not in the first 4 for the panel, so I don't consider him being loyal to Lystar. That's just the way I work my system out. It doesn't always have to mean they'll like give up their life for the leader, but it could mean that they believe the current leader is the right leader for the clan, you know, and in the leader's like ideals and stuff, for whatever reason, they approve of the leader. So anyways, this is also probably a good chance for us to check up on who Slumber Roach's favorite child is, and it seems that it is Bumblekit! The quiet Bumblekit is his favorite child, which is adorable, because I'm pretty sure Bumblekit was the one who is, like, fixing up his nest or something, like making his nest really neat, so that is super cute. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, look here. We had this. When tucking in for the night, Slumber Roach saw that Bumblekit fixed his nest. Like, that was adorable. That was so cute. So I can kind of see how that is a thing. Also, Blotchkit, guys, I can tell. I'm pretty sure Blotchkit has the same coat and the same eyes as his father, and I am convinced that he is a carbon copy of Slumber Roach. I bet you guys, when Blotchkit turns into a young adult, he's gonna look exactly like his father. So, fascinating thing over there. And that is, I think, all we had for loyalties. I also actually want to jump into the mediator, and I need to mediate between Bubbling Gale and Plumraven because, you know, kits. I should probably also check to see if I've got the right toggles on. Yeah, I always set prevent kits for everyone and only allow like a single pair that I want kittens from to have kits. And also, every cat only breeds once. Only once. So that we can get like a good variation, you know? Some genetic variation. Bubbling Gale, I'm pretty sure I allowed you and Plumraven to have kittens, so that should be good. But okay, Slumber Roach Mediator, let's quickly jump here, and I wanted to mediate between Bubbling Gale and Plumraven. Okay, mediate, excellent, so respect increased, platonic like, romantic increased, and trust increased, jealousy and dislike decreased, which is great, so they both seem to be relying on each other quite a bit. It seems as though Plumraven likes Bubbling Gale a bit more than Bubbling Gale likes her. Yeah. Hopefully this is going to give us kittens too. I don't know if this pairing would be like a love pairing, like if they would end up being in love. I'm not entirely sure. We have had pairings that really work out, and some that are honestly just for the sake of having a litter, and then as soon as that's done, they break up. But then also, I suppose, if you look at Dark Pounds and Nectarrock, we have had couples who hate each other and stay together for like their entire lives. So I really don't know how this is going to go. I have high hopes though. High hopes for Bubbling Gale and Plumraven. For some reason, Bubbling Gale is the sweetest, nicest cat that we had among the founders, and he was unable to get with anyone. Anyone. Either their love interest died, or their love interest ended up with someone else, or their love interest rejected them. Like, nothing's ever worked out for him. So, and I think with Bubbling Gale as well, as soon as he sees his love interest getting close to someone else, he backs off too quickly. So I'm hoping that with Plumraven, things are going to change. Okay, this aside, I wanted to take a look at how the new couples feel about each other. So we had Crocus Fade and Buttercup Dusk. Okay, so over here it seems they both feel safe with each other. Buttercup Dusk, and the funny thing is, Crocus Fade was actually, I think, interested in Ratfa? I think Crocus Fade was interested in Ratfa, yeah, initially. She liked Ratfa. And then, but like Buttercup Dusk was a poor at the time. And then when Buttercup Dusk became a warrior, he had this like beautiful coat, and Crocus Fade was completely swept away by that. And so she started approaching him and giving him attention. And then because of the attention she was giving him, Buttercup Dusk fell in love with her very quickly. So Crocus Fade, I mean, really likes Buttercup Dusk. She's not quite in love with him yet because things were very speedy for her. But Buttercup Dusk, like, he couldn't handle himself under Crocus Fade's attentions, and he was swept off his feet, so he's absolutely in love with her. They're a very adorable couple. And then we have another couple that I'm really fond of. We have Fig Scratch and Night Ember, and it seems like Night Ember is completely in love with Fig Scratch. Fig Scratch likes her quite a lot. He's not in love just yet, but that's kind of nice to see, and they both feel safe with one another. Now, with their story, Fig Scratch is obviously older than Night Ember, and Fig Scratch, and they're both strict. So Fig Scratch, he actually, you know, as an apprentice, was kind of in the middle in terms of his performance. His sister, Reed Daisy, was actually kind of the best of the batch until the very last moon, where Fig Scratch suddenly surpassed her as best of the batch because of his consistent hard work, which he never gave up on. Now, Night Ember, she kind of saw this and she became inspired by this. She always kind of looked up to Fig Scratch. Now, when she was a poor, she was very insecure and kind of scared of doing things, and then it didn't help that she was given a really inexperienced mentor with Ratfur. But her first patrol, I think, went really well. She got a whole bunch of confidence, and then suddenly her personality changed from insecure to strict, and I think she got a lot of that from seeing Fig Scratch and how his hard work paid off, and then she consistently was an amazing apprentice, and she graduated as best of her batch. And in that process, Ratfur also got a whole lot of experience, you know, as mentor. So later on, like, you know, obviously after they got older, Fig Scratch and Night Ember, they started hanging out together a bit more, kind of admiring and appreciating each other and getting along because of their personalities. And that admiration turned into like and love. So I love this, and I'm pretty sure Night Ember as well pursued Fig Scratch over here. So it's too cute. It is too cute between these two. And I think I mentioned it in the last season. I kind of love how Fig Scratch reminds me of Moonlight, and Night Ember is like, you know, the night sky with stars as eyes. Like her eyes look like stars. So I kind of love the night and moonlight, sorry, between these two. They make a very pretty visual couple. So okay, that's what I wanted to see, and I'm glad to have seen it. But now I am going to go through and see what the cats are doing for the day. Lyrestar thinks that he is the funniest cat around. Of course he does. Dark Pounce is exhausted after a patrol. Slowfleck is tending some growing herbs. Slumberroach purrs as a cool breeze hits him. Bubbling Gill is worried Buttercup Dusk is overworking himself. Okay, that's very nice of you to care. Grey Swipe wants to be chosen as the new deputy. Honey, I think you have a while to go before you enter politics, and there's a lot more cats like ahead of you that need to get promoted, but it's interesting that you have this enthusiasm. And I suppose this kind of shows us that maybe, like, you know, she's wanting to enter politics now. Plumestripe wants to go hunt. Plum Raven is giving some advice to Falcon Russell. Okay. Ratfur enjoys the warmth of New Leaf. Crocus Fade is humming a tune she heard near a two-leg place. Fig Scratch saw a two-leg kit playing with a kitty pet. Reed Daisy chases a fly around camp, nearly crashing into Grey Swipe. Buttercup Dusk had a pointless, petty argument with Falcon Russell. Falcon Russell is on a walk out in the territory. Night Ember is relieved Leaf Bear is finally over. Chestnut Kid is asking older cats how kits are born. Blotch Kit is fetching a Ratfur for another cat who is looking for her. Bumblekit is fighting sleep and failing. Aww. Perch Kit recently took a tumble off a log and is now injured because of it. She's got some scrapes. Ah, you little one. Okay. That is pretty much all we have for the cat list. I'm going to cut the recording here, and then we're going to continue with patrols. We currently have 251 prey, and we only need 44, so we are actually doing very, very well. We are very, very comfortable. Now, after I send off our medicine cat Slowfleck, we are going to have 2 patrols of 6 and a patrol of 1. Okay, so we'll see how that goes. We don't have any apprentices right now, though. So yeah, nothing in regards to that we have to worry about. But let's send Slowfleck out. The plantain plants have reawoken, and Slowfleck plans to go gather some of their leaves. Proceed. Slowflake fails to find any plantain, and as the plant sometimes dies completely in Leaf Bear, can't use any of the spots he knows from previous moons. That's okay, Slowflake. We have a ton of resources. You're absolutely fine. Okay, our first patrol that our deputy is going to assign is going to be Lyrestar, Plumestripe, Crocus Fade, Plum Raven, Falcon Russell, and Night Ember. So it seems as though none of the mates have been sent on a patrol together. I wonder if Dark Pounce deliberately did that because she feels like the new mates might get distracted if they're with each other. Who knows, who knows. Okay, let's go out on patrol. As the patrol is checking the border lines, they hear an odd sound coming from just beyond a rockfall. Proceed. Night Ember drops down into a hunting crouch, certain that a mouse must be the source of the noise. She finds herself to be correct when she pounces across the rocks and returns to the patrol with a tasty morsel dangling from her jaws. A medium amount of prey is brought to camp, and it makes me so happy to see Night Ember kind of shining in this particular patrol because, you know, she is a really accomplished warrior. Super happy about that. We have 311 prey now. Our next patrol of 6. And I'm curious as to who's going to be sent on their own. Oh, Grey Swipe. Okay. So we have Buttercup Dusk, Bubbling Gale, Ratfur, Reed Daisy, Dog Pounce, and Fig Scratch. I find it so funny, though, that... actually, guys, look at this. I find it so funny that Dog Pounce assigned all of the female mates, like all the ladies among the mates, into one patrol. And then all the boys, like, you know, all the gentlemen of the mates, the males she assigned to this patrol. Dark Pounce. She's like, no, you guys will be too distracted. You've only just gotten together. You'll be too distracted. I need you guys to focus. Okay, Dark Pounce. Okay. Ratfur spies a fat rabbit on the other side of the Liar Clan border. A tempting opportunity to be sure, but it may not be wise to hunt on a different clan's territory. But you guys know how we do things here. Do not proceed does not exist in my vocabulary. We always proceed, no matter the danger, because that's what gives us excitement in our stories. Bubbling Gale pounces with no hesitation. He easily kills the rabbit before glancing up and coming face to face with the Liar Clan cat. Bubbling Gale is promptly chased back over the border. The other cat glares, hissing and spitting until the patrol leaves the area. Relations with Liar Clan have worsened. Oh no. Okay, yikes. And finally we have Grey Swipe, who's going out on her own. Now she is our most experienced mentor, with like a ton of really well-performing apprentices. So I feel okay that she's going out on her own. I feel like she's got enough wits about her to survive a single patrol. Let's see, let's go on patrol. Oh, okay. I'm a little bit worried now because Midnight Spot, I mean, Grey Swipe is way more experienced, but Midnight Spot, the mother who died at the end of the last season, she went out on patrol by herself, came across this exact situation, and she ended up getting a head injury even though she made it out because no one was there to help her. But then she eventually died from a head injury. So, okay. Grey Swipe is training alone out on the mountainside when suddenly there's a mighty cloud of stones somewhere below her. Grey Swipe looks around wildly, just in time for the world to tip upside down as the scree slope beneath her collapses. Proceed. Grey Swipe spends the entire day carefully working her way free and gets nothing else done, but at least she's unharmed. Guys, look at that! Because of her experience, she has managed to actually get out of this unscathed. Okay, so I was right to believe in Grey Swipe. She kind of has things under control, thank goodness. But okay, that's all it seems we have for this particular episode. I'm actually really happy with the progress we made and the things we ended up doing. And there's a lot of things to be excited for, like the new litter of kittens that hopefully Plum Raven is gonna give me, like, please. But okay guys, with that said and done, I'm gonna leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you thought about the beginning of Season 2, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.